Hello, and welcome to another episode of Stop Motion Challenge, where we take figures and see how well they do in the stop motion animation. Today, we are going to be dealing with Goku and Iron Man. Now, this is an interesting matchup. I like to put characters that normally wouldn't go against each other. Now, the Iron Man toy in particular is really, really awesome. Look at the shine. I think you can tell with the lighting. Not only that, but you also have these that come out. Let's see, so now he can jet back out of there. Overall, a very cool figure. It's based on the Iron Man from the first Avengers movie. Goku is really cool. He is flexible. He comes with interchangeable hands. His head changes. So, pretty cool toy. I will be taking out a computer animation with Goku soon. I'm not going to tell you what exactly it is about, but I think you'll all enjoy it. Now, Iron Man has several points of articulation. He has 16 points of articulation. Again, that's below average. You know, you have the ones you really need, but still a little low. You do have one here, which is nice. Oh, Goku just fell. See, you see that? We'll get to that later. He always falls. He has 16 points of articulation, which is great, but it's still below 20. So for that, I'm gonna have to give it a C+. He has 22 points of articulation, so he has above 20, which is good. As I've said, he had 16 points of articulation, Iron Man, so he does have several more, and it's noticeable. He even has this one. This one's rare. You rarely get this one. It's not, you know, make or break kind of point of articulation for stop motion, but you know, it can lend to some credibility when he's like walking, can do a little tippy toe. It's nice. It's nice to have, and you know, it'll twist like this. So it's cool. No points of articulation on the hands. I mean, I don't think any figures come out with points of articulation on their hands anymore. I had a few Spider-Mans back home that they did have points of articulation in their hands, but that's kind of a passing thing. Now you just change the hands out. So in terms of points of articulation, I'll give Goku a B. Here we have what I really don't like are these kinds of joints. So let me put it again close to the camera so you can see. So when I push up here, it has to snap into place. See that? So that's great for posing, terrible for stop motion. You want to have the middle frame between that and that. You don't want this toy to decide for you that that's going to be the next frame in terms of the body of the character. They're not everywhere. It's only in the knees and the arms. At least these are fine. You can put them wherever you want. But this does hinder your movements because you have to lock it into place. You can't get that in-between frame. The strength of the joints is good. I do feel these are quite durable. They didn't loosen or anything. He maintains a pose once you get him in that pose. Overall, give it a B-. Now his joints are actually very durable. They hold really well. You can put him in all sorts of positions. Even the head will hold. He has this. This one is usually loose in most figures, but even this one holds. For that, I'm going to give it an A-. Now, to demonstrate the balance of Iron Man, I'm going to try and just position him without really doing much. So I'm just going to, you know, say I wanted to place him on a surface, right? Without any work. Here we go. Oh, no, he's going to fall. No. Put him there. Ah, there we go. But even there, if I push him just a little bit. Oh, too bad he falls. He's very difficult to balance, I must say. Unless I bring him super low to the ground, which is what I tended to do with Goku as well. If you bring him super low, he becomes easier to balance. But then you have to have your characters crouched all the time. So because of that and balance, I'm gonna have to give it a D-. Here we go. So I'm going to try and balance him and position him here. I'm going to put some effort into this. Here we go. No, no, no. Say I want to do a Kamehameha or something. No, terrible, terrible balance. Really annoying. I had to crouch him most of the time. You know, I had to put him like this, keep him low to the ground so that he wouldn't fall. Just awful balance. I have to give it an F in balance because it fell down so many times. I think it fell down more than any figure I've ever had. Now his range of movement, as you can see, is hindered by his shoulder pads for one, a little bit, slightly. His legs will not go too far. They'll go far here. They'll bend like that. But as far as this is concerned, look how far they'll go. That's all you get. That's all you're gonna get. That's it. That's it. So if you want to do a high kick, Iron Man cannot do a high kick. It's not gonna happen. He just, nope. You know, he could do a side kick. That's possible. But if he wants to do something like a push kick, it's not gonna happen. So because of that, I'm gonna have to give Iron Man a C in range of movement. So he does have quite an awesome range of movement. He's a little constricted when you're trying to move his arms further up. The legs are a tad constricted, I'd say. They extend a little bit more than Iron Man. At least they go all the way far back here. The range of motion, the poses that you can do with Goku, a little more than what you can do with Iron Man, a little more than what you can do with most characters. You know, he can do his kick if necessary. He can even get into the Kamehameha pose, which is pretty cool. That means his arms can reach all the way in. That's a very good sign. So, decent range of motion. I'm going to give it a B for range of motion. All right, so in conclusion, I'm going to give Goku a B- and Iron Man a C. So Goku is the better figure for stop motion overall, although the quality of the Iron Man figure is a bit better. But alas, we're evaluating how good they are in stop motion here. And when it comes to poses, range of motion, and points of articulation, Goku is certainly a better stop motion figure. And I definitely recommend Goku, even though you do have to deal with the balance issues. But if you can get past the balance issues, maybe with some clay or something, you can handle that. Iron Man, maybe, but it's still a C. I wouldn't strongly recommend it at all. And now, let's see who wins in a fight, Iron Man or Goku.